Hi, my name's Elizabeth Bellina. Collaboration is not a new term. I've been in education since the 1990s, and collaboration has existed in various forms since I studied elementary education in college. However, collaboration is wide-sweeping, and it can describe anything from planning lessons together to creating pacing guides or coming up with art projects. Needless to say, over the past 20 years that I've been in education, collaboration has taken on many different appearances and purposes. I've always felt collaboration with my colleagues and grade level team has been essential, but through a PLC, I've come to see how effective and positively impactful collaboration really can be. Through a PLC, teachers can collaboratively focus on the questions that Do4 and Do4 have addressed as being the core mission of formal education. What do we want students to learn? How will we know when students have learned it? And how will we respond when a student experiencing difficulty is learning? By bringing together a group of professionals and combining their experience and expertise to create curriculum and lessons designed to help students, the result will hopefully be stronger instruction and greater student achievement. PLCs assess whether or not students are learning what they're supposed to be learning, and if they aren't learning what needs to be learned, they can identify the trends and dissect what is not getting learned and figure out why it isn't being learned, and address it by changing instruction or reteaching in a different style or manner. However, PLCs don't just happen without thoughtful planning and commitment. It's important that principals and administrators understand the importance of PLCs and how they can benefit student learning and ultimately school achievement. Principals and administrators play a crucial role in providing time and resources to make PLCs possible. Principals stand at the head of the school as leaders of instruction, but they should rely on and allow for their teachers, who are the experts in the area of teaching, to come together and create learning experiences for their students. Principals can contribute to the success of a PLC by providing the means for PLCs to collaboratively work together. By allowing more freedom for teachers to focus on learning what their students need to learn and how they are learning it, principals are distributing the leadership and calling on the strength of their staff to develop curriculum that will provide or will focus on providing learning opportunities for their students. Once principals are committed to providing the means for their staff to form and participate in PLCs, then the work can get started. First, PLCs need to have a variety of voices and advocates for all learners. Within the context of a class, there are varying levels of abilities among students. Differentiation is critical, and having a variety of expertise within a PLC to help guide and develop means to help all learners at all levels will get the needed instruction and learning opportunities they all need. Amongst those in the PLC, trust must be established and protected. Teachers are used to working independently. They're in their classrooms, they teach their students, and they give out grades. However, they're not forced to collaborate and work with colleagues typically when it comes to student performance and learning. When teachers are held accountable to each other for the learning that their students are doing, they can help each other by providing critical feedback on lesson style, design, and overall effectiveness. Allowing colleagues to come and observe lessons created collaboratively, analyze data together, and discuss what went well and what needs help are just a few ways that PLCs can effectively contribute to student learning. By creating trust amongst a PLC, teachers will then feel comfortable asking for help. In order to establish trust, the PLCs must develop norms that everyone has a voice in creating, and then everyone in the group is committed to abiding by the norms that they all created. Do4 and Do4 state that all members of a PLC need to make collective commitments to how they will work together, and then have the means to address the situation when a member doesn't honor those commitments. Having this type of accountability is vital in building an effective team. The norms established for a PLC will determine whether the group is just a loose group of people meeting with no real focus and commitment to making change, or a group that can have a high impact on students. A norm that would be especially important when studying student data would be a commitment to follow through with collecting the data to fidelity so that it can be assessed and analyzed during group meetings. Also, attaching due dates to action steps is non-negotiable. It needs to be established with clear expectations. It allows for greater accountability and ensures that the meeting's findings will make a difference ultimately in the classroom. Accountability is key in making sure that teachers and people in general follow through on what they've committed to do. Once norms are established and trust is created, then PLCs can start to create lessons focused on learning. Lesson studies are ways that PLCs can create lessons collectively and then watch the delivery of a lesson and critique the work of what they have all worked together to create. This removes the feeling of judgment on one teacher and allows for a group of teachers to see a lesson that they all created together in action and come together to see how effective they were in developing it. Participation in lesson studies provides teachers an outlet for their frustrations, a soundboard for their ideas, and a place to learn new teaching practices, all while fostering a sense of camaraderie with their coworkers. If we can turn our collaboration in our schools into a more structured and high-functioning group of professionals devoted to student learning, the impact could have great effects on a school overall. Thank you for listening.